Well, one step for Rand Paul, one giant step for Jim DeMint. Senator DeMint, this guy wins. It's kind of a trend here. The guy backed by the top Senate Republican loses. Some are even dubbing my next guest the conservative kingmaker, Republican Senator Jim DeMint, joining me right now. So, Senator, you're on a bit of a roll here. I mean, the candidates you back go on to fame and fortune, as it were. So they're always going to be indebted to you. They're always going to be grateful for you. And I would think that if you were to run for any other office, they probably will campaign for you. What's going on?
Well, I have very little to do with it. These are just great candidates, and the people in Kentucky, Florida, Pennsylvania, and other states are just part of this American awakening, Neil. They're tired of business as usual in Washington, and they're voting for real change this time, not just the false hope that was talked about in the last election. So I've told them they don't owe me anything except to be true to what they said in their campaigns and to represent what the people want them to do here, and that's just to stop all this spending and borrowing and debt.
Yeah, but in so doing, I understand, Senator, but in so doing, I'm sure you ticked off your leader, Mitch McConnell, of course, who oftentimes was backing the candidate who you weren't backing, and avoiding the candidate who you were. So you're kind of like this political stick in the mud, and always getting your candidate to win, probably reinforcing this thorn in the side impression to maybe Mitch McConnell. I don't know, he hasn't told me that. But do you care?
Well, Mitch McConnell and I are friends, and we talked about it before I endorsed Rand Paul, and he's given a great step.
How did that go down?
Well, obviously he would have preferred I'd do something differently, but I think we had a spirited primary, not only Kentucky, but a number of other states, and that's what people want now. If we try to rubber stamp or force through our pick in any state, I don't think it's going to be accepted, and I think the fact that Republicans are having good debate in primaries is going to help us in the general election.
This financial regulatory bill seems to be going nowhere fast, Senator, and a key vote was just essentially missing the mark. The 60 votes needed for Democrats to move on, whatever procedural gobbledygook that means. So it's sort of stuck in park here. Where do you think this is going?
I hope so. I hope it's stuck in park, Neil. This is one of the worst bills that has ever been produced in the Senate. Everyone in the Republican conference, and I think a lot in the Democrat conference, know this is a terrible bill, but I'm frankly amazed that there was enough courage to vote against it. I hope
terrible?
That
Tell me what's terrible. What would bring you on board with it?
Well, it's more spending, it's more debt, it's an expansion of government. It does not solve the problem of this financial crisis. Wall Street loves it, Main Street hates it because it makes it harder to do business and get credit in America. There's almost nothing good about this bill. Everything they say it was supposed to do, it doesn't do. So it's typical Washington at this point. It is just completely irrational. I mean, there's nothing good we can say about this bill. There are things we needed to fix. We need to fix Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
Well, they're not included.
You know
they're not included. So let's say the Democrats throw out a bone to you and say, all right, we'll throw Freddie and Fannie into it. Would Jim DeMint say, all right, I'm on?
No, I mean, they've got a new agency within the Federal Reserve that expands regulations over community banks and credit unions and even doctors' offices. No, this is a major intrusion into the private sector. There's very little they could do to this bill except if they threw it out, focused on fixing what caused the problem, I think you'd find all the Republicans supporting it.
Are you running for president?
No, I don't want to be president.
Ever?
No, Neil, at my age, that's just too much house and yard to take care of.
Well, they have people to take care of it.
I'm teasing you. That's not a job I want. Thanks.
All right, I'm gonna bring this tape back. I swear, I will. If something happens. Senator, congratulations. It's very good having you.
Okay, thanks.